healthcare. As I say, we're making an investment to make sure that we want, again, we feel that if you're spending your money and we're helping to supplement that, you're going to be a better consumer. Here's an interesting little example. MRIs and LASIK both came out at the same time. And if you look at the cost curve between MRIs and LASIK from the time they came out, LASIK, which is a competitive procedure that insurance does not cover, it's an elective procedure that you go out and pay for. Right. The consumers were smart, they shopped it. It's been flat and actually down with when you factor in inflation. Yeah. Whereas MRIs, which a doctor sends you to, nobody asks questions, it's a third-party payer for that, and a lot of times these physicians have financial interests in the labs or that provide these. It's skyrocketed in cost. And so the divergence between a LASIK and an MRI, two procedures that came out at the same time, really very, very telling. So what we've seen in the medical community is that they are very profit motivated, and so like anybody else, they're good capitalists, and so you as consumers have got to ask the right questions. We just can't walk in and in essence leave everything to their discretion because somebody else is paying the bill, because ultimately we're paying the bill.
So how do you as a company, a private company, do something that the government's been trying to do and can't? You're not a country. How do you foster competition? How do you foster people getting closer to their doctor?
Well, it sounds like awareness. If I'm putting two things together here, you're gonna invest 30% and match the HSA, but you were critical of the $25 copay, where I'm not at all aware of what's really going on. So it sounds like you're saying you'd rather put the money into 30%. It might cost a little more than $25 in the copay, but because of that, I've got some skin in the game. I actually become a consumer and I start shopping around. We can't change what the government's going to do, but we ourselves could become more aware if we're spending our own money.
Well, we're betting on you, basically. We're saying we're going to put money behind our employees, and we're going to bet on them to become better consumers of healthcare and to take personal responsibility in their own healthcare. Because remember, we're a pool of 2,000 people. So we all have a vested interest in helping one another out here and doing everything we can to stay healthy. So it comes down to, if you have existing conditions, then you've got to make sure that you're on medication. You've got to make sure that you're doing everything you can to manage these existing conditions. Because similar to the car, and I hate to use that analogy, but if your car's low on oil and you keep driving it, eventually it blows up, and then it's a very costly repair. It's really not unlike what happens to a human body. Right. So you've got to look after it.
Maintain.
So it's all common sense. You've got to look after it.